So another week of Tigers baseball is officially come and gone, as now that this is the only Detroit sport we have left, with the Pistons being officially eliminated and the off-season beginning now for the Pistons. As the Wings off-season has gone over a month now, as we now enter the month of May, as the first month of baseball is officially in the books. The first real full month is now we head into May. So, of course, the Tigers ended April on a rough stretch, losing their first series against an AL opponent. This time it was on the start of a road trip against the Houston Astros, where they dropped 2 out of 3 to Houston, mainly losing the first 2 games of a series. Well, I mean, with how many times the Tigers have won the first 2 games of a series against an opponent, it was bound to happen to them for a change. It's really the 2 games they lost against Houston. Offensively, they played really good, scoring 4 runs in the first game and 5 runs in the second game. And normally, any other night against any other team on a good day, 4 or 5 runs, that's usually enough to win you a game any other day most of the time. However, defensively, that's where the Tigers struggled and lost the game, as the Tigers in both games allowed 8 runs each. Yeah, even though the offense was pretty solid, it wasn't good enough defensively. But the Tigers did bounce back in the third game and beat the Astros to prevent the sweep. So in the end, even though Houston won the series and Houston got revenge for getting swept out of the playoffs by the Tigers last year, Detroit gets the last laugh with a dominant win, mainly going up 7-1 early in the game after Javi Baez hit a grand slam. Holy shit, Javi Baez hitting a grand slam in 2025. Didn't have that one on my bingo card, but hey, 2025's been a weird year. So yeah, hey, anything's possible. But yeah, Javi Baez hit that grand slam. And then once the Tigers went up 7-1, they never looked back after that. Even though the Astros did cut it down to 7-4 at the end, it wasn't enough to cut it down. As the Tigers won to prevent the sweep. But yeah, the Houston becomes the first AL team to beat the Tigers in the series this year. But of course, like the other 2 times the Tigers have lost the series, they bounce right back immediately, as their road trip continued with a 4-game set-out in LA against the Angels. And the Tigers absolutely dominated the Angels, winning 3 out of 4 games. The 3 games they won in convincing fashion, as that series marked the first time this year that the Tigers scored at least 10 runs in a game. So this was the first time this year the Tigers had double-digit runs on the scoreboard, winning 10-1 in the first game, 9-1 in the second game, and then dropping the third game to LA 5-2 as LA prevented the sweep, before the Tigers absolutely obliterated the Angels in the 4th of the game of the series to claim the series win, winning 13-1. Jesus Christ. So yeah, Tigers got 3 out of 4. The Tigers also become the first team in the American League this year to get the 20 wins on the season. And Tigers still run the head of the table early in the year in the American League. As yeah, maybe these Tigers truly are for real. I mean, they do have the best run differential in the league. I mean, it's pretty easy to have that when you blow the shit, when you have 3 blowout wins over the Angels in 4 games, including winning by almost double-digit, winning by 12 runs in the final game of the series. Just absolute domination from the Tigers, as they're now a game and a half ahead of Cleveland for the lead in the AL Central, and they don't play Cleveland for quite a little bit. As yeah, the Tigers road trip will continue on, as now they'll play a National League team. As the next National League team they'll play is the fucking Rockies, the worst team in the league. Oh, God. Come on, the Tigers aren't losing to the fucking Rockies. I'll be disappointed if they don't sweep their ass. There's no way they will drop that series to the fucking Rockies. Not a chance. But yeah, Tigers continue to dominate. As to tell me what the Tigers get hot. So yeah, I think that's the Angels series came around when the Pistons got eliminated. So I think whatever anger the Tigers had from the Pistons getting eliminated against the Knicks, I guess it's safe to say they took that anger out on the Angels, that's for sure. Just absolute domination, and also probably getting payback on LA for that series sweep early to open the year against the Dodgers. By taking out the dumpster fire LA team nobody fucking cares about. Because let's be honest, Los Angeles will never be an Angels city, even though technically the Angels play in Anaheim, which is not that far away out of Los Angeles, but still, they still have Los Angeles in their team name. But yeah, the Angels will never be an LA team. Their LA will always be a Lakers and Dodgers city, even though the Lakers are complete dog shit right now. But yeah, hey, it was a mixed bag week. Struggled against Houston, but offensively, we beat the shit out of an LA Angels team with the Tigers were expected to beat the shit out of. So at least the Tigers lived up to expectations there. Like, Tigers have been pretty hit or miss against good teams, but they're dominating the teams they should be dominating. So yeah, that's really good there. Now, on to next week, as the Tigers continue to get hot. As Tigers still keeping that momentum from how they ended last year, continuing. But yeah, all I say is watch out this summer if the Tigers keep this up, because we might not have to ask if somebody let the Tigers get hot, because it seems like they've already been hot this early part of the year. We'll really get an idea where this team is after 50 games. We're only playing like 37 games so far, 37, 38 games so far. So, still too early in the year to tell where this team is. We'll have a good idea of it by the end of May, that's for sure. But anyway, on to next week. So, somebody let the Tigers get hot, though. That's for sure.